Fittingly named in part for its considerable elevation. We're at Empower Field at Mile High here in Denver, Colorado. Only one team will keep the winning waves going to start the season as we're off in week 2. He's going to field this at the 2. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he goes out of bounds, short of the 45, but still in excellent shape across the 40.
I'll tell you what, as a quarterback, you sure appreciate a run back like that to begin a ball game. It makes your life a lot easier, and they're going to be set up with really good field position to get things going.
They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Give him 24 on that play. And the Broncos will have a first down.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
He's got the hook up to Ingram. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. Working quickly here.
That's another Broncos first down. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
On first and 10, here's Nix. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down.
Well, that throw, Kate, pretty clean out of his hand. Just looked like it didn't get through the defense clean enough. Somebody tips it away and saves a potential completion.
Complete out to the right side. And he's out of bounds down at the 5-yard line. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it first and goal.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
And he will score. It's a Denver touchdown. The Broncos take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Cortland Sutton, the touchdown. Watt's there to tack on the extra point. And the Broncos will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Drive starts out with a first and 10. Now running for the first time with Jalen Warren. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
Anytime you get that chunk of yards, gosh, you can just feel it in the stadium. It just changes the whole complexion of the drive. They're now set up beautifully in enemy territory to end this series with points.
First down, and they go right back to it. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. Alex Singleton makes the tackle. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Back to throw. His first throw is an interception. Dre Greenlaw picks it off. Well, for their sake, partner, I sure hope the rest of their pass attempts this game go a whole lot better than that, because it is pretty clear this defense came to play.
And I can promise you this, Kate, nowhere on that opening script does the word interception ever appear. You never want to see an INT. Now they're going to have to flush it. That's the key here for this quarterback in the offense. Got to flush that mistake and press on ahead.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Offense up to the line fast. This is Ingram working the left side. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Met and stopped by Alex Highsmith.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
On 3rd down, here's Nix. Has him on the quick hitter. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. This is hauled in by Ingram. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. Or 3rd and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
They'll throw again. Nix. Completed to Sutton. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Shotgun snap to Nix. Mims with the ground. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Throwing on 1st down, Nix. He's up. Oh, he loses the football. And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense.
We all saw the brief moment of full-on panic between the ball coming out and him getting back on it. The impressive part is he kept his composure while it was still loose. One mistake didn't become 2, and he cleaned it up before any defenders could.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. It's a pickup of 11. And the Broncos will have a 1st down. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the 1st quarter. 7-0 is our score. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Nix from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
On 2nd down, here's Dobbins. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Cole Holcomb there on the stop. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Out of the gun, it's Nix. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that gives them first and goal.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
Well, you call that play to surprise the defense, try to get to the goal line. But a quick adjustment by the defense, well, it kept him in position to make the stop and ruin that play.
Going the wrong way. It's second and goal now, back at the 12. Nix. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. So they'll be left with third and goal.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
So now, here's third and goal. Quickly looking left, and it's complete. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. Quick throw right side. Touchdown, Denver. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, Kate. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on him. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Take a look at that scoreboard, and you just can't go backwards. If you're going to close this gap, you've got to stay on schedule. I've had a hard time doing so with a double-digit deficit.
Another try following the sack. It's caught. That's Calvin Austin. And he'll go out at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
Broncos bringing out an extra DB. Third down coming up. Back now, pressure on its way. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? So we chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
And he'll get under this one and make the fair catch at the 19-yard line. So no return on that punt. And the Broncos get set to take over. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Throwing now from the gun. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
I think you're seeing why they like this guy in coverage, man. He reacts well to throws and is so adept in breaking up passes right through contact or before they ever reach the target.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. A give to Dobbins out of the shotgun. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. He gets it out left, and it's caught. And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense. Offense liked how that play went, so they choose to decline the penalty. Never a good time to rough the passer, Brock, but 3rd down, that hurts even more. Gives him the first. Nick's now to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Nick's with it on first. Brought in close to the 8. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Working inside the red zone. And he will score. It's a Denver touchdown. The Broncos boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Up the middle, and somebody blocked it. A Steeler has it. Up to the races, middle of the field. The 30. And they return it all the way back for 2 to minimize the sting of that opposing touchdown.
It's far from this kicker's first NFL campaign, but I bet you it's one of the first kicks he's seen turn into points on the other side. Hey, listen, fault is shared by everybody, but I'm sure he'd prefer this to be the last time it happens in his lengthy career.
And well, in the past, we wouldn't have batted an eye as it sails over the end zone, Brock. But with our new kickoff rules in place, that's going to cost him. The football's coming all the way out to the 30-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here with Warren. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 32. Completed here to Pickens. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. They'll try and throw it here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. They'll throw it. Finds his back, Jalen Warren. And This is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. So that's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its second timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Desperation's a tricky thing, Kate. You love defenses when they're desperate and they're just playing on edge. But offensively, you're in a hole like this, the worst thing you could do is get desperate in a sack. Oh, it only adds further insult to injury.
Trying again following the sack. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Cut at the 10-yard line. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. One last play before the break. One final shot before halftime. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And it flies over the end zone and out of play. In the past, it's a touchback to the 25. The new rules starting this season, Brock, so it's now going to be at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Warren. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Warren once more. And he's able to manage a couple on that run. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. He's going to throw this one. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing 4th down. Looking for George Pickens that time. So that brings up 4th and long.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. As that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. And they're going for this. He's trying to go deep again. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Riley Moss with the pick. And the Broncos are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on 4th and that kind of distance. And an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it, right? Too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming. And it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum swing for this defense.
On 1st and 10, here's Nix. Cut by Sutton. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Here's Nix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
2nd and 15 at the 32-yard line.
He's got the hook up to Ingram. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Offense in the hurry up here.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 10.
On 3rd down, here's Nix. Mims with the grab. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. A dose of the hurry up offense here.
It's 4th down.
Quick pass left side. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
Shotgun handoff for Dobbins. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Working quickly here. Throwing on 1st down, Nix. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
I think we're seeing why this defense likes him in coverage. He reacts so well to throws and is even more adept in breaking up those passes.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Flush down out to his left. He's keeping it. And he doesn't slide down, and he pays for it. A big shot sends him to the ground.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
The Steelers go to a dime set. Must be thinking pass on this 3rd down. Couple additional DBs brought in. Shotgun snap to Nix. And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down. trying to find his tight end. And now they're up against it here on 4th down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Going for it on 4th, Nix. He can't get away. They get the sack and force a turnover on downs.
Coaches challenge him to get the defense off the field with a stop. Rose to the challenge and delivered on that one, really overwhelming the line of scrimmage.
The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. A give left side to Warren. And his charge towards the line, it's right around 3 yards.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 46. Escapes out to the left. He just throws this one away.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, and you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. That's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
Man in motion, headed right. They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Riley Moss with the pick. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-6 touchdown. Extra point try now from Lutz. The point after splits the uprights. And the Broncos grow their lead yet again. Well, good news here. This is one kick that can't be blocked as he sends this away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. They're out and set, 1st and 10. First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And he takes this out after crossing the 45. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Play action on 1st down. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. This one misses the tight end. So it'll be 2nd down. Warren here from the gun. And this goes across midfield and into Broncos territory. Offense up to the line fast. From the gun on 3rd down. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Shotgun handoff to Warren. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Back now. Pressure on its way. Cut near the goal line. And all he needed was one more stride. He's at the 2-yard line. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a 1st and goal.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Looking for it with Warren. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Again, the give to Warren. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Steelers making the scoreboard look a touch better. Took a couple of runs into that wall before they finally punched it across for the score.
Well, that defensive front, you know they were dialed up to make a stand, but it was going to be a challenge to make another 2 stops even after that one. That crack formed in the wall, and it burst through for a touchdown.
And he is going to get in. That's going to cut a couple more off of that lead. Now Boswell on to send this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he stopped after a nice gain up past the 25. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. Now an inside handoff to Dobbins. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here.
It's a gain of 16 yards. That's good for Broncos.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. A dose of the hurry up offense here.
Behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11. At the 40.
Here's 2nd and 11. Completed to Sutton. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw it with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
That one's out and cut on the right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
32 yards. That's good for a Denver Broncos.
Nix from the gun. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. Picked off by Peyton Wilson. And the Steelers are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his 1st career interception. A timely interception for them there, partner. That drive sure looked like it was headed for at least 3, maybe 6.
That QB wanted that throw back the minute it left his fingertips. You know, Peyton Manning would say, once that ball's gone, that check has been signed. And he wanted to rip that check up, and he knew it. Defense makes him pay.
On 1st down, Warren. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Working quickly here. From the 17. Buying some time right. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
It's Warren on 3rd down. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that 1st down. It isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here in Denver. Steelers hoping to make it look a little better before time runs out. Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. Another try following the sack. It's caught Metcalf. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Third and long for him here. On the move, headed right. He's running for it. And he's up across the 20 before going out of bounds.
Well, that's an excellent job by the defense. All eyes on the quarterback. When you're playing a quarterback that can escape, well, even though you cover, you still got to cover down and go chase that QB out of bounds before he could get the first down.
Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. He loses the football. And he gets it back. Oh, there's still a shot at the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. To throw it on first down. Metcalf's got it. Complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Trying to set this up quick. 2nd and 4. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. The Steelers calling their first time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. And the Broncos are in the nickel for this 3rd down. Pass play coming here. Oh no, they get him yet again. Talanoa Hufanga makes the play. And the Broncos will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought. The defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
That one's cut along the left sideline.